Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's a happy Wednesday. My days are always a bit confused. I didn't even realize there was a football match on, but guess what? I don't even know even want to know what the score is. So, guys, it's a Man United channel. Do the right thing and don't be posting nothing about Manchester bloody City versus whoever they're playing. Look, touchy subject that we are going to talk about. One that affects everybody at the club. We as a channel purposely haven't really discussed it at all. Had some breaking news today that we were going to discuss because it's breaking news. If the conversations do get out of hand or they get a bit too disrespectful, we'll just cut the comments and move on to something else. So guys, show a little bit of respect. We know that it's issues close to everybody's heart. But look, we're the agenda. Let's get the show on the road. Guys. On Monday, I've just got to send an invite to somebody who's going to be jumping on. Could you just do the show for like 30 seconds?
Of course. Hi everyone. Welcome to Man United Agenda. Yeah, you've seen the topic today. We will be discussing a few touchy topics which we don't usually touch on as a channel, but considering there's major news coming out today, we thought we'd just update you guys and want to hear your opinions on everything. Big T saying, guess who's back? Yes, the real Shady is back. He's not talking about Eminem. Stephanie Griffiths, how you doing? Should big up everybody in the channel. Shah United, how you doing, Shah? Long time. Thanks for dropping some news. You're always close to Man United's heart. You always keep dropping news in our WhatsApp group. Thank you. Andrew Williams saying United decision makers, Poundland quality. Okay. No, it isn't a happy Wednesday, not for Andrew Williams, but he's a member. Big up Andrew. King Dino's in the house. Even lads, I'm struggling to get over how poor and lucky we were on Monday. Yeah, that's still raging on that debate. 1-0 to Seville. Come on. Let's go. Maguire not going. Amrabat not coming. Greenwood coming back. How can we be any more screwed up than that? That rhymes. Big up to Christine Howley. How you doing? Hope you had a wonderful day. Donovan's in the house as well. He says, hi, guys. Big up to Matthew Bassett, all the way from Brummie, Birmingham. Hopefully, Matthew Bassett, we've got a game next May against COP TV. Hopefully, you can come down and shore up our midfield for us and feed Mr. B. Andrew again, okay, we said that one. And Vincent's in the house as well. Yeah, like touchy subject today, but I want to hear your views. We can be brave enough to talk about certain things. So let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go.
Okay, so before we go any further, we can add Mr. Tate. Andy, how are we doing, sir?
Literally just coming from a meal with my girlfriend, and I see your thread. I've seen some tweets. This is not one happy Tatey boy. I'm telling you right now.
Oi, let's get into this.
Well, this is the whole point of you being on it. I tell you what, look, we'll let you get it off your chest, and then we'll add what we have to add.
This is like 2 minutes.
Do we want to go for the statement first, or
go for the statement? Go through the statement first, because I don't want to jump into a shark pit. You know what I
mean? Telemandy says Andrew Williams, and we've got Vincent saying here he's not so happy that he didn't tip off at the restaurant. Did you give the waiter a tip?
I need to tip him off. I'm Andy Tate, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
All right.
Take a picture.
Fish and chips and all the works. Oh, gorgeous. Had the fish the size of a shark. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Last one here, King Dino saying here, on a Greenwood situation, can't see how bringing them back in the team can work for anyone. The hostility he received, home and away, can't be good. And there's a moral dilemma as well. There's a big up. And just want to say hi to Nikros. Is Greek? Is this Greek or Cypriot? What a lovely name. Liverpool are getting Amrabat, it seems. He's saying there. Welcome to the channel.
We will get on. We will definitely be getting onto that part of the conversation, boy. Okay, so the official statement following the dropping of all charges against Mason Greenwood, February 23, Manchester United have conducted a thorough investigation into the allegations made against him. This has drawn on extensive evidence and context not in the public domain, and we have heard from numerous
people.
We have heard from numerous people with direct involvement of the knowledge of the case. Throughout this process, the welfare and perspective of the alleged victim has been central to the club's inquiries, as we respect her right to lifelong anonymity. So we already know who she is. We also have responsibilities to Mason as an employee, as a young person who has been at the club since the age of 7 and a new father with a partner. The fact-finding phase of our investigation is now complete, and we are in the final stages of making a decision on Mason's future. Contrary to media speculation, the decision has not yet been made. The decision has not yet been made and is currently subject to an extensive internal deliberation. Responsibility ultimately rests with the chief executive officer. Once made, this decision will be communicated and explained to the club's internal and external stakeholders. Boy, this has been a difficult case for everyone associated with Manchester United, and we understand the strong opinions it has provoked based on partial evidence in the public domain. We ask for patience as we work through the final stages of this carefully considered process. Andy Tate.
Well, after hearing that, I thought it was back. So that's this. I've read it. I've gone through the statement with you, and to say, I'm not happy. I am not happy. It looks like it's going to be Mason coming back, and I am not going to be happy at all. Really, really disgusted with the club. And I know Mason's a human and he's all right. He's got a family and that. And I don't want anybody on the pitch. We all heard what was said. We all seen the pictures. I'm not happy about it. I've got family. I've got a niece around about the same age. You know what I mean? And if that was my niece, I can't be held responsible for what I would have done. You know what I mean? So we all protect our families, don't we? So not happy, totally disgusted. And it looks like, Man United is spinning the narrative of being, trying to be caring, sensitive, but when deep down, it's all about money. It's an asset, he's an asset. And if they let him go and he turns it on, becomes that world player, that great prospect he was before before these allegations came in, United are going to lose out, and it's purely financially driven. Now, if he comes onto the Old Trafford pitch, what's the reaction going to be? Well, I, for one, am not going to cheer his return. I, for one, will not cheer a goal if and when he does score. And God help him on the away days. And if he does score, I will just refer to him as number 11. That's how I feel. Nothing malicious, nothing nasty, just totally disgusted. Totally disgusted. It's about money. That's all it is. Bottom line. Man United, you can see it. They'll put it out there as it is there. But everyone's angry. Everyone needs to move on. I get that. It's a sensitive subject. But I, for one, am not happy. And I say that final decision comes to Richard Arnold. Whoa, is he under so much pressure? So he's under big pressure. He's been here a year, and this could upset us on the field. That's what I'm worried about. Any momentum, any good thing could be undone with an announcement if he returns. You know what I mean? It could turn toxic within the fan base again. You know what I mean? I just don't know how I feel about it, but I don't know how you guys feel about it. So that's all I'm saying about it. And I say, I'm not swearing. I'm just totally disgusted to the core because I've got family around the same age as that young girl. You know what I mean? 21. So yeah, I would do anything to protect my family. So no. I won't cheer you. I won't give you abuse either. And I will always refer to you as number 11 if you score. That's it.
All right. So we're going to go. To be fair, my opinion is the same as yours to a certain extent. I've got a daughter, so I've got to tell her I've got 2 daughters. So I would be looking to crack at skull, as every other father, auntie, uncle would be wanting to do. But I've heard, listen, rightly or wrongly, statements have come out from the father, who, to me, between the father and the mum, are the ones who are going to care for that girl the most. The father seems to be accepting facts that maybe we don't know about. I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to say that. But
say it. I'm just doing it.
Yeah, but
that's it.
I do believe that there may be
Mr. B,
financial incentives why the dad is happy for.
Why would you want to get off the gravy train? That's a nicer way of putting it.
Yeah, and there's so much that we don't know. I mean, they reiterated stuff about public domain and private conversations, and we've only seen one part. But it's a situation that I'm not comfortable with. But I'm not going to be a bullshitter and say, if in 3 years' time Mason Greenwood scores a goal, I'm not going to cheer it. Rightly or wrongly, that is what I'm thinking. I have no time for anything that he does. I don't condone or condemn, but there's gonna come a time where it's gonna be. I think it's crazy him coming back. People talk about the away fans. He's got to be played in front of the home fans as well. You understand? We've had fans booing Harry Maguire, our own fans booing Harry Maguire,
but not at Old Trafford. They've not booed him at Old Trafford.
Okay.
So that's the summit the home fans don't do. But this is a whole new ball game,
right? And this is where I think because let's be honest, we're going to have people out there who don't give a shit what Mason Greenwood's done. They just want him to play football.
Of course.
But to me,
a second chance. But
yeah, right. See, so again, you're saying everybody's entitled to a second chance, but it sounds like a lot of people aren't going to give him the second chance. Is that because of what he did? Is it because he's a professional footballer? Or, you know what I mean? There's so much other things going on in it that I think that people's opinions will be changing. I really, really do think that people's opinions will be changing. At the time, it was get him out the club. And then you see little things like, oh, we need him back. We need him, but we don't need him back. Let's be honest, we don't need him back. But again, as you mentioned, it's financial. And we all know that it's every club, every business. It's not just the Glazers. We know they're greedy. Yes, we know they're full of shit. We know that. But it's not just every...
If he was an average player in the reserves,
he would have been gone.
He would have been gone. Because I remember, was it a couple of years ago, one of the Man United players, I don't know who he was, but he was done for drink driving. He had a crash near Carrington. And I remember this was like early 2010s or something like that. And he was shipped out, career finished. He moved on to Watford. That was it. He was done. I think Ferguson got rid of him. I don't know if anybody can remember it, but I do. He was a young lad, about 20, blew his career at United, and he shipped him on. So
Money.
Yeah, but this is because he's not like on that level. What has previously gone before him? This is why it's like, this is a sensitive subject.
Yeah, sure is. That's why, I mean, since the news came out, we as a channel decided not to really touch on this topic. People were asking in the comments. We just said, as a channel, we don't really want to discuss this and just want to give it time. But today we are, obviously, because there's an important statement came up. And it does stir up emotion, as you can see from Andy, from Mr. B, and myself. It's not a nice thing to happen. But we have to look at the pros and cons for it, and we have to put yourself in a position of the decision makers and say, what are the pros and cons? What are they considering here, and what do they have to consider? So if they're watching this show, we would like them to listen out and say, these are our concerns as Man United fans. We, like Andy, you're saying, you might not support the man anymore. They need to hear this because they don't have the authority to think. We need to get public opinion on this. And then also as well, I just do think sometimes with court cases, the court case can be trashed completely if stuff is put out in the public domain before it's so the jury will be influenced. So if he went to court, the jury might already be influenced, like the majority of people are, by what they heard on social media or the thing. So that's really messed up the case as well. As we see, there's no charges being pressed or whatever, but he's still being made guilty by the public for what we've heard and what we've seen, and no one likes to hear that. It's traumatic, it's horrible. And especially for young people as well, no one wants to go through that situation. I do think there should be, the whole purpose of punishment in prison is for rehabilitation. I do think there should be a process of rehabilitation for the young man. We only spoke about yesterday about the young prospects coming through the club, and what they made a statement to say that we need to teach them not just become a professional footballer, but how to be a man and how to represent the club correctly, based on situations like this. We've had far too many. I mean, behind the scenes, you hear footballers, their stories, what they used to do, what they used to get up to with women as well. I mean, they're surrounded by women, and sometimes it can boost your ego and to do stupid things. I've been around footballers before, and I know the conversations. I know when I was younger, I used to do a lot of mad things, thinking I was, a Superman, whatever, with women, and going out and getting girls and going to clubs, being in the VIP and all this kind of. And women do throw themselves at you. Not say me. That's a long time. But
if they throw them at you, mate, you're doing it right there, mate. Omondo, if women throw themselves at you, mate, you still got it, mate, bro. I'm telling you, Mr. B taking so much strong.
I'm wise. I'm an old man now. I'm wise. But when you're young and you're 17, 18, 19 years old, you think you're Superman. And we've seen the worst, like, part of it with Greenwood. He's not been managed correctly. He's become a monster. And this is the public outrage towards him. I've seen every image I see of him now. He's wearing a hoodie. He looks gaunt. He looks faint. It's a big slap in the face for him. So whenever he was thinking he was the man, he's publicly been slapped up, in my opinion. And people will always have an opinion on this. It's so sensitive. I just want to go through some comments, if that's all right, guys. Can you please stop me, Andy, or Mr. B, if you want to touch on anything? Andrew Williams is saying, tell them, Andy, agrees with you. King Dino saying, on the Greenwood situation, I can't see how bringing him back in the team will work for anyone. The hostility received home and away. I did read that one before. Big T is saying here, Eric is supporting the return of Greenwood. Does that change your mind on the manager?
No,
not me.
I don't back him on that. That's the only thing. You know what I mean? It's like, how's Ten Hag gonna feel? Has he got a daughter? Hey, you Ten Hag, put yourself in someone else's shoes. That's all I would say at Ten Hag. Have you got daughters? You got family? Then you should understand Ten Hag. That's all I've got to say. But he's still a god to me.
Can we just confirm that he's not actually? There's no decisions been made yet, so we don't know if Eric is supporting that. I think they're making decisions at the moment. They're going to meet to do that. Yes, Dino, it's not going to be helpful at the football level. It alienates a lot of our own fan base as well. Money talk, says Andrew Williams again. We got Donovan saying, Greenwood. We must not think of him as primarily a professional footballer, but as a human being, a father and a husband. We must help him to be a good father, a great husband, and a great human being. Big T saying here, wait until you hear what the journalists are claiming. I don't know yet. Robbie Norman, he says, I really believe this is the straw that will break the camel's back, even more than the sale mess that we're going through at the moment. Vincent saying United will probably get Oprah Winfrey to do the interview, because apparently they're going to do some PR campaign.
It will. It'll be like, was it Meghan Markle and Harry? It'll be on that sort of level. It'll be absolutely farcical.
Robbie Norman's with you. He says, well said, top man, Andy, with your speech on it. King Dino saying, I've got a daughter, and the thought of her being in a relationship like that is a scary and infuriating. Personally, I think we needed to let him go abroad. Box is saying here, To be fair, we can't blame Greenwood for getting battered by Wolves. Okay, Greenwood out, says Man United. Robbie again says, as I said before, straw that breaks the camel's back. I don't believe in death penalty. I believe in rehabilitation, says Donovan. So, Andy, is there no space for us to help Greenwood to be rehabilitated, or should he just be erased?
Erased. From the club. Look, if he wants to play football somewhere else, go. Just go and play football somewhere else.
Agree. Mason is a bad egg. Showed signs of, even before this. Selfish on the pitch, says Andrew. Big journalists are reporting club staff have been told to prepare for Mason Greenwood's return. That's from Big T. Bath time saying what an absolute embarrassment this is. Emma, great to hear a female perspective on this as well. Emma, thank you. She's saying this will upset us on the field. It will also be an upset at Carrington, the protest and the media that will be there. Box is saying, Emma, disagree. Man United are pathetic on the pitch, regardless of Greenwood. Here's something interesting. The father was the opposite, says Andrew Williams. Just sell him and move on. Don't need the drama. Man United. It's crazy how the victim's dad has acted. Do we know? Can we elaborate on this? What's going on with the dad?
What, the victim's dad? I remember him saying he's not a bad lad. I remember that being quoted. A couple of days after it, he's not a bad lad. You know what I mean? So this is what Mr. B's, it's a gravy train. If your future son-in-law, is getting lots of money, are you going to cut off your nose to spite your face? I don't think so. I've heard about Greenwood's attitude in the past. I've heard he turned up on a coach one day, just so lazy, just like, who we're playing. I've been talking to people. I know a few people. It's just like you say. This was under Solskjaer. He turned up on a coach. Who we playing today? With no inkling. So I don't know whether that's true or not, but it's what you hear.
Mr. B, speak to me, man. I mean, there's so many comments coming through. Just by the way, Mads Timms, the guy you were talking about earlier, Andy, back in the early 2000s.
Oh, the drink drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Box. Fair, thank you. Yeah. Rumored his career, crashed near Carrington. He never played for Man United again.
So just Big T's laying it out. He said, fans don't want Greenwood because he abused a woman, but they want a Qatari owner. Women are abused massively in Qatar. Blows my mind. So he's talking about double standards here, which is we have to discuss.
It's double standards, but we've got triple standards if you count the owners who we've got now, as well on another level, in another side of aspects of life. We have people who have zero consideration for our feelings, and it's purely financially driven. You got the feelings of the fans. You got the feelings of the victim. You got the feelings of the family and this, that, the other. Like you say, this will be the talk of Manchester the next few days. It will be. And Ten Hag will probably get pressed on Friday at the press conference. And the next home game is Nottingham Forest. Ooh, are you gonna drop a bombshell? This is what scares me, guys. This could affect everything we're trying to do on the pitch. It could do you know what I mean? Remember, was it Ronaldo came in? Like this, that. Bad apples. We got the bad apples out, all of them. Now you want a bad apple to come back in. Look, Matt, the players
could be the worst of the lot.
The club say the players want him back. Seriously, seriously? Have we heard that from every player? So there's going to be players have got families and this, that, the other. Are they going to feel happy with him coming back? I don't know. The club may see
it. There's no way any judge would touch a case where the victim is pregnant, engaged to the defendant. It's the most cynical thing about this mess. Emma's case saying he was banned from talking to the victim, but he did it anyway, and suddenly the case is dropped. Smells something bad, she's saying there. Greenwood and her family made it impossible to prosecute. So you can see where it's going here. It's a really difficult talking point. I want to say hi to Rushmano. He says United handled this very poorly, in my opinion. A loan for 6 months would be a better option. And Paul Tierney, how you doing? Deadwood, he's a father now, also, which is very strange, with university girlfriend as well. Big T, choosing players, using morals, but ignoring morals when choosing an owner is mental. Have a word with yourselves. Just going through, Vincent is saying here, rumours going around saying it should be sorted by September. Eddie, Football Waffle, how you doing? He says, big up to everyone on the channel. Changed my mind on Greenwood. He should just go. He's saying here. Big up to Uncle Dubious. He says, my guys, salute, man. How you doing, bro? And press the like button for us. DK Wilson, all the way from the States. He's watched. We don't want to hear about City. What about this one? Didn't Giggs have issues with another player? But Giggs has got a bad reputation. No one talks about Ryan Giggs anymore because of what happened with him. There was a lot of news there. David Saar, big up. How you doing? He's talking about signings and things. Uncle Dubious, he's got something to say. This is a complicated issue. I feel the Mason Greenwood story is too disturbing to allow to infect the culture of the club. Ten Hag is calculated and he won't interfere. I fear the majority of fans don't care.
What I will say to that is, I think there's a lot of fans who do care. I think we've probably given this subject enough airtime. Obviously, we left you guys to comment in the chat. We've given a point of view. We've given you obviously something to talk about. And maybe we should just move on to something a little bit more. It might not even be uplifted. It's a little bit, obviously, that it's a little bit better than talking about that. But we're getting hijacked, boys. It looks like we're going to get hijacked. We've been sitting down, fondling bloody Amrabat for the last month and a half.
Fondling. Chatting him up, fondling him.
And now his head looks like it might be turned. As we know, as we've already heard, Liverpool have asked the question. Now, my issue with Liverpool when they ask questions is once they get the answer that they want, they tend to move very, 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 very quickly. Amrabat's now on their radar. Do we need to be worried?
Very worried because it's okay. We did all the groundwork on Gapo, and we haven't got no money. So the Glazers took out £37 million in dividends, and we couldn't get Gapo, and we ended up with Wout Weghorst. So yeah, we should be worried. This, you know what I mean? This is prime Man United. When it looks like we're going okay with the signings we made, we turned the corner. The bad apples are out, and all of a sudden, Man United are just gonna go back to their old ways of oh dear. Well, we didn't really want Amrabat. We're all right. We've got Scott McTominay. It's all right. Hey. We don't need Amrabat. We never approached him. We never made an offer. That's what we'll get. If Liverpool get him, Man United will spin this narrative that we want him for him anyway. This is Man United in a nutshell. Anything promising, anything good could be undone. Like I say, with what we previously talked about, what we're talking about now. Any good stuff could be undone in the next few weeks. So, you know what I mean? With transfers, off the field issues as well. So this is where United have got to act. They've got to have the thinking cap on. Get them bleeding signings done. You know what I mean?
There's a couple of messages coming through. Have I got this wrong with Amrabat? I'm seeing that they're signing a Japanese.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Who, Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool looking at a Japanese guy. I haven't got it up. I won't go look for it now. But yeah, just minutes before we started the show, there was news about Liverpool sniffing around.
I've got that Fabrizio Romano comment. Liverpool are now informed on Amrabat, as AD reported. No formal bid made yet. Just contact to be informed of the conditions of the deal.
Okay. Here's one. Box is talking about it. The Japanese Stuttgart player. Amrabat rejects Liverpool apparently from Box, and Liverpool signing the Japanese Stuttgart midfielder. I don't know his name.
He still wants to come. Because we heard that the other way, didn't we? He don't want Liverpool.
Well, let's bloody hope so. The problem I do have,
because that's what we had with that. Mason wanted to come. Unana wanted to come. Hoyland wanted to come. And if Amrabat wants to come, that's what we've got. That's the only thing we got going.
But we had money. We had the money, Andy. We had the money sitting down technically to get these players. At the moment, because of a certain Monday brethren, we still have no money. Yeah. You look at Maguire. You get it now.
A certain defender's agent is digging his heels in. Oh, he must have his £7 million. Well, I tell you what, if you cost us a midfielder, you're going to get some serious grief. You know what I mean? It's not all about money all the time, you know. Money makes the world go around, but you know what I mean? It's about having some principles.
So from what I understood, this guy's going for about 20 to 30 million pound. Amrabat had a good World Cup. People do like him. He's obviously, we know he worked with Ten Hag in the past at Utrecht in Holland, and he wants to come, but he just having to sit around patiently. And I think Liverpool, with the embarrassment they had recently, have been turned down by Bellingham, by Fernandes, and then the two brothers Caicedo and Lavia. It's just they're in the mud right now, so they are sniffing around. And Amrabat, I mean, how would he feel? It would be a bit like Lavia. Lavia, you know, they didn't want to spend 40 million on him, and then they've gone to Caicedo to spend a lot more money, and he's thinking, wait a minute, what about me? And then when they do come back in for him again, he's like, well, take that. And the same for the
he must have looked at that. Yeah, I think Amrabat's looked at that and gone, Liverpool's gone in for all that money for Caicedo, and he's turned them down.
Yeah.
There's some, you know what I mean? And you're like, something's not right there, you know what I mean? Mate, I know it's daft. Mate, has he spoken to Caicedo? I don't know. You never know, but he's looked at that and thought, Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? They're willing to pay 110 million, then consider me as a cheaper option. That's an insult to Amrabat. That's an absolute slap in the face. 110 million, and you want to palm me off as a 30 million pound. Jog on, you tart, as Del Boy would say. Jog on, you scouse tart. Come on, jog on, plonkers.
So we do all agree that we do need a midfielder, and like you said,
we need two.
Oh, you need two. Okay.
I think we need two, and we need to.
There's also talk about Gravenberch, someone we were interested in when he was at Ajax before Ten Hag came to the club, and he went to Bayern Munich. Hasn't got a lot of games out there, and he's still not really in the first team. He's not playing a lot. I saw rumours just before we started the show about him as well. But the Amrabat situation, I think, is really interesting because I think we are at stages, aren't we? We said we're going to focus on one signing at a time, and now we're in that window of Amrabat because we signed everyone else that we wanted to sign. Now it's all about him. So I think over the next few days, and especially with Liverpool sniffing around, this might be the catalyst for us to actually go out there.
Yeah, because PSG was sniffing around, but luckily
really?
Hoyland wanted to come to us, didn't it? So
good shout. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it was Liverpool information mount. I don't know, was there? Oh, but the last three players set their heart on joining United. So I think that's the thing we got going for us. That's all you had to hold on to. So Amrabat is keen. He wants to come. He maybe looked at the projects and he has worked with Ten Hag at FC20, so he knows him. So you know what I mean.
All right, just a couple of comments on this topic. So Rushman is saying Amrabat to the Dippers is agent talk. That's all. So we're getting some really good comments here. We're getting robbed by the victims of robbery, says Big T. DJ Wilson saying
robbery, still robbery, stay like the robbery.
Box as a repeat, he's saying Amrabat rejects Liverpool and they're going in for the Japanese guy. Andrew Williams again is saying completely incompetent. We turned down 60 million for Harry. Scott says it all. Bath time saying we didn't turn down the money for Maguire, did we? He's asking actually, asking the question.
I don't know. I don't. We agreed. West Ham agreed, and it was just it was Harry's agent, innit? And now West Ham have like stalled it and looking at other options. So it basically it's Harry Maguire's camp, innit? So
Beauty is someone new I haven't seen before. I think saying she wants her Greenwood back. And Rushmilo is saying is Amrabat is the manager's primary midfield target. He's not saying he's stating that. David saying Amrabat rejected Liverpool, and obviously we're going for this other guy. Big up to Across the Pond. How you doing? What Japanese from Celtic or what from Stuttgart? Apparently, I thought with the Amrabat Liverpool were just asking to be informed, which normally means what price is he going for, so they can use it as a standard in other negotiation. That's the question mark. Uncle Dubious is saying Andy is spot on. United bottling again. This window is completely falling apart. Maguire, Bailey, Scotty staying, Amrabat and the centre back are cancelled. Liverpool stronger again. Glazers doing my head in.
Liverpool stronger? Where Liverpool stronger? What are you talking about? Liverpool stronger again? They've lost all their players. Have you seen them? Who's Liverpool stronger
Liverpool.
again?
You know Liverpool, when they flop, they always come back stronger. That's the worry. You know what I mean? That's the worry. Who's going to stop Man City? If it comes to it,
it's going to be us. Listen,
it's going to be. If Liverpool do it, I'd rather be better than the devil. If Liverpool stop him, that's fine. Than anybody creating 4 in a row. Even
they won't get 4.
If they get 4 in a row, football is finished.
They got 4 months in a row without De Bruyne.
They're not going to do it
this year. De Bruyne for 3 months, and he still won the league when we were top of the league.
That's true.
But De Bruyne was out for 3 months, and he still won the league. So you know what I mean. Even I'd say Chelsea to win the league. Anybody but them.
Just quickly, Andy, who looked good? You've seen 1 weekend of football now. Do you agree with people? A lot of people talk about Newcastle.
It's one game. It's one game.
Yeah, true.
You've won the league after 1 game. Congratulations. Tell you what, let's
They're
see how
top of the league.
do Saturday night. Let's see how Newcastle do Saturday night. I get City at the Etihad. So
wow.
Yeah. Saturday night.
Football is back, guys. Football is back for sure.
I'm glad. This is the it's all well and good talking about transfers and coming on talking about what might happen, but nothing beats the frustration and the aggression that you get watching 11 men running around kicking a piece of rubber. It's absolutely fantastic, man. I'm glad it's back. I really, really am glad it's back. And on the Newcastle front, I just think they're hype men, man. And let them prove me wrong, innit? Let Newcastle prove me wrong. I just think they're going to be running around. They might get a good result against Newcastle, and that sets them up perfectly for the rest of the season because they're going to win the league. They're going to bring the title to Toon. Oh, get stuffed.
We ain't, man. We ain't, Mr. B. Like Mr. B will drink the Newcastle brown ale like if Newcastle win the league. Forget the Jamaican rum. It'll be Newcastle brown ale all the way away, lads. Bike aggro.
Oh God. Just quickly, I saw something trending online. Andy's you again. You were saying we didn't deserve to win on Monday night. This is you're getting a reaction. You're getting a microphone in your face straight after the game, and I don't know.
I went to the studio.
Yeah. So, with hindsight, do you still feel
camera in my face? No, nothing in my face.
In hindsight, do you still feel the same? Can you see anything promising from the result or from the performance? Can you see us getting better? Or are you still?
It's first game of the season. My dad said we look jet lagged. We look cream cracking. Still, Stephen Allison was still had jet lag from like a week after, and he went to Ireland as well, and he was still knackered, the poor lad. So our man of the match was Onana, but when you do a Stone Cold Steve Austin clothesline in the last minute, and for the love of me, I don't know how it was.
The Russian sickle.
Russian sickle, rock bottom, people's elbow, bang like that. But I don't know. When he said penalty check, and I thought, oh no. And when he said he ran over to the monitor, I thought that's usually it's given, isn't it? He goes over to the TV, it's getting given, and he didn't give it. And look at him now; he's been moved out.
You're in demand.
That's the back phone, guys. That's the back phone. climb down the pole to the back cave. Want to say hi to David, the real pundit. Everyone in the comments, give him a shout out. The reason I'm bigging him up because he's my midfield dynamo. Outstanding performance on Sunday. David, you the man. You the man. You know that already. Let's, Mr. B.
No.
Yes. Your Uber Eats is outside.
Oh, God.
See, yeah.
Andy's on form tonight. Oh, God.
The man's in it. The man's like Andy Tate is a diva. I'm the J-Lo of the football world. You know?
There's nothing wrong with being a J-Lo. Everybody likes only taking it tush, Andy.
Hey, my dog is a
right.
J-Lo. My dog is such an attention-seeking dog. All she wants is cuddles.
See? You guys
Clothesline by hell. Clothesline from hell. JBL. That was what Anana unleashed. Bath Time said, don't bottle it, saying it was a penalty on Monday. Andy Tate, I think it wasn't a penalty the other day. I'm telling you, because Bath Time's trying to set me up. A lariat by Stan Hansen. He's taking it back. Stampede Wrestling. Stan Hansen in Japan. What a beast he was. Yeah, that was horrible.
What? I can't believe so much people still talking about, wrestling was something that never, ever appealed to me. Never appealed to me. And then when I hear all of these, I remember the names because they used to have the toys.
Yeah.
Like, the little toys.
Yeah, I did. I had them.
You grown men talking about bloody wrestling.
Look, it's entertainment and it's premeditated. I mean, we know it's going to happen, before that, but it's still entertainment. That's what I like.
How is it entertainment?
Because they play on the traditional rules of entertainment. Good versus evil.
Bad.
Heel versus babyface. This is what gets these old ladles going. Remember Big Daddy and Giant Hayes?
Little old lady running into the ring. Get off my son! Get off my son!
Exactly.
Bang, bang, bang.
This is what triggers us. Good versus evil. It's forever. In every movie you see, any great movie, it's always you have to have a bad guy, and you have to sort of love the bad guy and believe him. You got to put him over. Whatever bad film you've seen with a bad guy, whether it's Predator.
But in wrestling, the bad guy wins. The bad guy wins. I mean, how many times Undertaker, bad. You know what? For the last 10 years, good. Kane, bad. Kane, good. So The Rock was bad. Then The Rock with the eyebrow became the God. So, you know what I mean? It works all the way. Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania. Then he was NWA with Razor Ramon.
That was the biggest heel turn ever. Biggest heel turn ever. Hulk Hogan, the Golden Boy, a bit like Greenwood. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
Look, yeah. All conversations have stopped. All conversations have stopped.
Let's get back to football.
Rush Marno. Hallelujah, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That's brilliant.
Oh, look, see, Andy's got his beer. My tipple has been slightly finished.
Apple juice.
I'm on Monday. Apple juice. I'm sure apple. I'm looks a bit. You sure there's not another little bit of extra in there on Monday? Just apple juice.
Not for me. No.
Oh, don't worry, man. I'll take you a one.
Thank
you so much, Rush.
After the day I've had, I'm entitled to one or two buds, then that's it.
Yeah, I mean, this is what sets us off, isn't it? We're here, we get stirred up by good versus evil. This is why we have a clash with Liverpool. They're the bad guys, or in their eyes, we're the bad guys. That's why
and in Liverpool fans' eyes, we're the bad guys as well. So,
exactly. Yeah. It's eternal, as they say here, Montreal, MUFC, it's good versus bad. And the ancient drama, no doubt about it. And that's what keeps us entertained. And Mr. B, quickly, who's your favorite wrestler? For a man who does like wrestling.
Hulk Hogan?
Okay.
Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yeah, the excellence of execution.
Let me just say this. Never be put in a sharpshooter. It fucking kills.
Who done it to you, Andy?
My little brother put me in a sharpshooter. I cried.
Did you tap out?
1997 Survivor Series. He put me in a sharpshooter. Who did that kill? God, I killed. I was 21. I'm like, 21, 20, 23. Go on, put me in a sharpshooter. Oh, get off.
Oh, God. I'm getting red, laughing too much, boy. This is funny. Hulk Hogan says Ramos and Love Island versus WWE. Yeah, these formulas really work, don't they? To keep viewers going and supporting them. And it's funny. Sorry, Uncle Dubious again is saying here. It's funny how many football fans are into wrestling. Never expected it. A British Bulldog, R.I.P. for sure. Does anyone know there's Davey Boy, Dynamite Kid? He was my favorite wrestler of all time. He was a brute, but he went back. He got injured and went back to somewhere up north where he lived, and he was a right bastard. He was with some of the stuff he done. Puts Greenwood to shame, some of the stuff he was getting up
I didn't
to.
know about that. I mean, I've heard so many things over the years. British Bulldog was he married Bret the Hitman Hart's sister.
That's right.
And what happened to Owen Hart? God rest him.
Yeah.
You had Jim the Anvil 9 Hart. He had an heart attack.
And Jimmy Snooker.
Brian Pillman. You had Brian Pillman as well.
Oh,
he was
God, yeah.
Friend of the family.
Jimmy Snooker actually murdered his wife, apparently.
Jimmy Snooker?
Yeah, go and look that up. Jimmy Snooker.
Texas Tornado. Look up the Texas Tornado.
God, yeah.
And more recently, I don't want to give him the name, but his initials begin with CB. It's 2006. So we know what, you know what I mean, is in America. He killed his family and killed himself.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm not going to mention his name. I'm not going to give him the airtime.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about that. Yeah. But, Jimmy Snooker murder. Proper fake. Yeah, it is for sure. And I Love Cats is in the house. So I met Bret Hart, one of the most down-to-earth guys ever. I Love Cats. Brilliant.
You jammy sod. To meet Bret Hart. Amazing.
Bart, said I went to an art show once about a British wrestler. It went down to see his dad in a mine in full get up.
I'll tell you this now. 99, United just beat Tottenham Hotspur. We won the first part of the treble. Yeah. Got out of the stadium, went straight to the MEN Arena, and I watched the WWE on a Sunday night. What a Sunday that was. Yeah. Stone Cold, The Undertaker, everything. When you're 24, that you're like, that was the ultimate buzz. That then 2 weeks later, we created immortality.
Well, hopefully that will be coming up soon. Was it 24 years ago now? Anyway, enough about wrestling. Any other business, Mr. B? Take it away. You're the chairman.
What I will say is that conversation for the last 5 minutes went straight over my head. You lot may as well have been speaking.
I don't know how we got into it. Honestly,
that's the beauty of it. We start somewhere else and we end up somewhere else, and we don't even know how we got there. A couple of other things, to be fair. Eric Bailly wanted a payout for the club for a last year of his contract. A player who hasn't been playing. Said these players, they got money and they always want more money. Apparently, we've told him to get stuffed, and we're not paying him the money. And Fulham are the latest club to show some interest in Bailly. Hopefully we'll get his wages off the books before the end of the season, because we blatantly know Ten Hag doesn't want him there. And I think that was the last of it. I don't think there was any other tidbits that came in while we were on show or just before. So I mean that was probably going to be the end of it, to be fair. But guys, look, obviously we started on something. I would like to thank you guys. I've seen some of the chats that go off on other people's shows and they've had to pull their chats down. So the fact that you lot kept it civil, we appreciate that to the utmost, because obviously people will be reading the messages. We didn't put all of them up, but sometimes that's what we do. On Monday, read the ones that needed to be read, and you lot could all see the ones that didn't need to be read. We moved on to Amrabat, that we agree. We do need to sign, and by the majority there, it sounds like Liverpool just inquired. So you lot have raised my spirits. Anthony Herbert is bigging up. Where is he gone? Mister. There you go, Mr. Herbert. Thank you very much, man. Bring on WrestleMania 40, Mr. B versus The Undertaker.
He thinks he's Ted DiBiase, the $1 million man. Look at him. Flashing his cash. Thank you. Everyone's got a price.
Yeah, there you go. See, and mine is £2. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Compared to
look at the color difference. He's got light blue. I like orange. I like orange. Rushmore, no orange. I like Anthony Herbert. Look, Anthony, I'll see you on. I'll be seeing you on Friday on the takeaway anyway.
Sorry, Mr. B. Do you want to read out from Steve H? Because I haven't seen Steve before. Welcome to the channel, Steve. He's saying Man United have made contact with Bayern Munich regarding Gravenberch today. Players want to leave and has 2 offers from Prem, including Liverpool, but he wants to work with Ten Hag. This is obviously he worked with Ten Hag at Ajax before, so that's looking kind of promising as well.
Stevie H, see, this is the information. This is the stuff that we need to end the show on a nice little vibe. You know, we're gonna get players. We are going to sign 2 more players before the season starts, guys. Before the transfer window closes, we're going to get rid of Eric Bailly. We're going to get rid of Harry Maguire, and we're going to get rid of. And you know what? I'm actually going to say it. I'm not sure that we should be getting rid of Scott McTominay at the moment. I'll leave it like that, guys. Yeah, I saw the expression on your face. I saw the expression on your face as well. With that, guys, Andy, you know, I'm going to ask you, where can we find you?
Well, you can find me here on the Man United agenda when I breeze in after having a good meal and a complimentary beer here and there. And you can find me on Stretford Paddock, and you can find me on MU Realist TV, and you can find me bitching and moaning if we lose, or crap going off on one if we win.
And one day, I'm not going to ask you where we can find you, but guys, look, you know we're going to be back here tomorrow. Yeah, I saw that slight comment from you, bath time. I saw that. Yeah, I think we need to have a little chat, mate. I did notice something the other. Yeah, there it is. I did notice that. I did notice that the other day. But guys, look, as you say, I say all the time. You don't have to be here,
Mr. B. Yeah. Before you end the show, can we just talk about England's World Cup chances?
Yeah, I think we should. I don't watch
any of this, but they're in the final apparently.
Well, look, I will put it out there. I'm not a fan of women's football. All of the games have been on, and I just haven't watched it. Maybe it's me. Right. I'll put it down to being at work.
Did you watch the Euro final, Mr. B?
No.
I didn't know.
I watched the extra time, so we had our chance in 2021, and if it takes the opposite sex to humiliate the blokes to drive them for the Euros next year, go for it. I'm all for it. You go, girls. And if you win it Sunday against a very good Spain side, and we've already beaten Spain at under 23 level last month as well, on under 23s, so it could be an omen. You never know.
I mean, Reece James's sister is going to be back in the folder. I think she was suspended for 2 games, wasn't she?
Yeah, for 2 games for stamping on the girl's back. Yeah, I see. I was gonna say that. That's the first thing that came to my head. The first what came to my head. Emma Kay has a real nice one there. I think she was.
Emma, that is not like you, Emma. You've been so dignified in the last few months, and you just come out with that. Bloody hell, that was strong.
There's another comment. I just want to say, I love Cats. Just joined us today, but she had a really positive comment about the channel somewhere.
Sorry, how do you know it's a she? Sorry.
Oh, I don't actually. I don't.
Okay.
I'm assuming if you love cats, then you must be old women and cats, lonely women and cats. You know, there's a connection.
I know enough money. I know enough money. Love a little bit of cat as well. So it could be a man, you know.
But anyway, yeah, come on, England. Hopefully they can get that win, and that would make them the European champions and the world champions.
Boy,
yeah.
Wow. Like you say, Spain have had that accolade, haven't they? As well as France in the men's game. But this could be wow. Yeah. And to say it, to give 2 fingers up to the men's team, Gareth Southgate, you know what I mean? You know, if you stop messing about, stop picking your favourites, you might get somewhere, Southgate, next summer. You know what? As far as I'm concerned, it's the last dance for a lot of that England squad and that manager. It's the last dance.
Yeah, let's not make that dance be too. Let's not make that dance be too long. We need Maguire to go before they start turning on the lights.
28
look,
watching. Make sure you press the like button. My last speech would be this: I love cats. She says, "You guys are quality. This channel is lovely. Thank you so much." And yeah, we really appreciate comments like that.
With that, we are going to switch on the light as the dance does. The music has been turned down, and we're ushering people to their cars.
Faces. I'm dancing that guy.
Guys, I say, look, thanks for watching. We're the agenda, and we are out.